Here is another little tidbit of information you may or may not know about Buicks. The hood is aluminum. It is non-magnetic, if I can speak. Latch, absolutely. Magnetic, we're good. Hood itself, not magnetic. So if you think you're going to stick a magnetic light onto the hood of a Buick, not happening. Not magnetic. Everything else, no problem. Magnetic, fenders, radiator sport, hood, not magnetic. Just a cool little tidbit of information, in case you're wondering. I am going to get you set up here. We'll get to work. Okay, we're going to get started. I do believe to take my airbox out, we've got 3 clips, which I got right here. There's one, there's another one down here, and there's one more right here. And I do apologize if you can't see down in there very well. I don't have a way to really light this since the hood's not steel. I can't just stick a light somewhere underneath here and shine down. We'll see how that works out. That whole thing is this whole thing right here, which means this is in the way. If you have never done these clips before, and I had never, obviously until we got this vehicle, these clips are really simple if you know about them. If you don't know about them, they're kind of a pain in the butt. Center, push them down, and that releases them for you to be able to take them out. Push down on all 3 of those, and then they will release from their respective place. And that's what they're like. You push it all the way back up when you put them back in, then you push them there to lock them, and that keeps them from coming out, and then to release them you push them all the way back in, and that lets it spring out there. So that might be helpful for somebody who has never taken one of these off. And I mean, they do say push to release. If you're like any guy, we just start yanking on stuff until things come apart. Then you break one, and then you realize, oh, hey, there's words on there. Cool. So pretty simple. Don't really have to have anything special to pull these off. Those 3. There's 2 more. One there, one there. Just pull gently, and they will come out of their respective places. And that one. So, first step, pretty simple. Comes right off. Set that out of the way. Set your clip somewhere where you'll forget where they're at. Look at the foam stuff and all the cool things you don't look at very often. Let's see. We are going to, knock this thing loose. Hopefully, and we'll take this thing all the way out. Keeping an eye out as you're tearing everything apart to take notice of anything that may need to be replaced. Obviously, if you can see how crispy my loom is, yeah, it's a nightmare. We got a little vacuum tube here. You want to take that off since we're going to try to take all this off here. And I did notice now that it's getting a little hard. It's not real soft, and it's made itself a nice little home on that lip there. It slides off, so it's starting to shrink up, and oh, look at that. She got a crack. And I may have done that just as I was taking that off, or it may have been that way for a little while, because there's a little bit of clean residue there. So things to take note of. Probably going to be looking at trying to find that and replace it. This, yep, that'll wiggle right out, fall down, disappear into the abyss. We'll take this, loosen that one up. We have one connector here. I do believe that is the mass air sensor. Squeeze down, give it a pull, set it out of the way. Hopefully don't forget it when we're putting it all back together. And now let's see if we can wiggle this thing off. Oh, she's gonna be stuck. She has not been off in a long time. Let's try loosening it a little bit more. Work that thing around. Okay. Hey, there we go. Okay, so now, there we go. We pull up. She slides out. And that gets that out of the way. And filter's looking dirty. Probably don't have to take that off all the way, but you know, it's got 3 clips. It's pretty simple. Gets it out of the way. Okie dokie. Now we're going to work on these things. And if you've never taken those things off, there might be a booger. You might have to gently pry up on it, but be careful. These things are brittle. And this is a double thing. It slides and clips at the same time. So at the same time you're sliding it up and trying to wiggle it out, and it should release. And that connector just slides right out. So there's that one. We're obviously going to have to go through and unclip all of those. Unclip this one, unclip the sensor. We'll have to unclip the fuel line. We'll have to take these 3 spark plug wires and see if we can get them out of the way. I'm going to bet we're going to have to undo the power, meaning that we will have to get underneath the back seat and disconnect the battery. I know we'll have to take that bracket off. I've seen some videos saying that we can leave the alternator in place. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that works. This particular 3.8 does not have a dog bone up top, so we don't have to worry about any bracketry up here. The fluid, once we get it lowered to where we can take the upper hose off, and then that can all stay with the manifold. I think there's a new gasket with the set for the thermostat housing. I replaced the thermostat probably between 5 and 8 years ago, so I'm sure the thermostat's probably just fine. These hoses still look great. Replaced those about the same time. Upper hose is not horrible. That's easy one. This one's tucked in there, a little hard. I will tell you, that lower hose over there is a booger to get. There is hardly any room to maneuver and anything to get up in by that radiator. I'm sure you cannot see any of that, but yeah, look at that. I mean, there's the clamp. I had to put an extension on there and try to get it back as far as I could to get on that thing. And equally, this one's not horrible, but it's right underneath the coil bracket, so still, it's tight. It's hard to get to. That one by far is the worst. So a little bit of stuff, not too bad. I mean, never pulled one of these off on a 3.8 before, so a little intimidating, but I think it won't be too bad. If I do decide to pull these wires off here, I will just mark them easily enough. People just mark these things 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so you know exactly where they go. Looks like all we got to do is pull off that one, and that one. So if we tag those 1 through 6, or however I decide to keep track of that, shouldn't be too bad. Okay. If you can look in there in our nice throttle body, she's a little dirty. Looks really good on this side. Oh, she's dirty on that side. So one of those things. I think the kit comes with a throttle body gasket, so we may end up cracking that off there and go ahead and cleaning that. Of course, while we got the upper plenum off, we'll try to run through there and clean up some of that junk in there too. Nice little side note, if you haven't noticed my locking vice grips on this thing. Yeah, this sucker failed on me today. I was setting up one of my shots earlier, had it clipped onto the bar right up here. I walked away and I hear the hood slam down. About destroyed my camera. And I was like, wow, of all days, my lift sport has to fail. That's awesome. So another thing on my list besides the upper plenum and lower intake gasket reseal job for the day is I'll be ordering a new hood lift. You know, great times. Just, you know, try to do a simple repair. Yeah, some kind of simple, maybe. Find a cracked rubber boot. Had a hood lift strut fell on me. Boy, we are just racking things up today, I'm telling you. Can't wait to see what else is broke or needs attention besides this loom. Oh, this loom is horrible. It's probably one of the worst ones I've seen in a long time. So, take a break, get back in here momentarily. Okay. We are continuing on here. I have drained out about 2 gallons of antifreeze. I think everything should be low enough there. Disconnecting the battery is back here. Disconnected, negative, positive, have to pull up the seat. Battery is underneath the rear seat. 06, probably 07 Buick Lucerne. So we are ready to start going around and continuing to disconnect. Pull clip, and then hopefully that one just to lift and separate. Hopefully. Cool, came off of there. Oh man, things are going to be awesome. Probably half of these dang things are going to end up breaking. Just making sure, yeah, need to lift it up. And lift it up high enough to separate the connector. Come on now. Pain in butt. Oh my goodness, there we go. Now, tuck that one there. That one is not going to come out of the way. Let's disconnect this one. Probably, yeah, let's pull that stud off there. Nope, definitely a 10. That's a dang good boot, man. Sucker is on there. Try not to lose it. There we go. Get him over there out of the way. Stick him back on there. That one will disconnect. Looks like probably a 10 down there. Definitely a 10. 10 and what do we got there? Oh, definitely a 15. I got a few power tools, but I don't have power ratchets. I'm still not sure. They look cool. Look like they'd be fun. Probably would help out with stuff like this, but I don't know, man. It's a good chunk of money to invest in that stuff. Okay, I think once upon a time these things should kind of lift and unlatch themselves. There you got right there. Gotta get in the right spot. Maybe. Or just, pull it off sideways. That works too. Okay. What are we thinking? You gotta lift up on the green and then push in and wiggle. Lift up on the green, push in, wiggle. Lift up on the hidden green, push in and wiggle. And that gets us mostly, man, that thing is brittle. Wonder if I should just finish tearing all that stuff off there. Okay. The slip clip is on the bottom side of this sensor down here, which is your temp sensor. And, sorry, I'm getting in the way of my light here. Some more of these things over here. There's that one. And there's another one hiding in there. Get it? Perfect. I know that's gonna have to come out of the way. And this fuel thing here, lift up, a little spring-loaded clip thing in there. Once upon a time, I have tools for that. Something I don't use very often. Hey! And I even got the old metal one too. Wonder which ones are gonna work better. These things were good. This is what I had for the longest time. Somebody gave me that for free. Let's give it a try here. Try to see if I can remember which way I'm gonna go with this. Maybe the larger one? Probably. Try to pull in just so slightly. Push, release, and that is it. Besides a little bit of gas spillage. It's gonna stink up the garage a little, but nature of the beast. Gotta do the work. Gotta get a little stinky. Okay. We have got most of this one done. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to build this off some more after we get to moving this harness around, because, man, that is horrible. Here's the end of that one. Wonder if we should unwrap that a little bit, just get some more of that out of the way. Hey, look, all the pieces that weren't exposed, they're still good. Isn't that about how that works out? Get all this stuff that was exposed, it's crispy critter, but everything underneath the tape seems to be still okay. Yeah. Okie dokie. Let's see. When you get back here and get these injectors on the back side, I'm not gonna lie, leaning over this thing is not the easiest in the world. Green clip up. Oh. Depress. Wiggle out, maybe, maybe not. One side's always got to be easier than the other, right? There we go. Okay, next one. Same thing. Green clip up. Come on, green clip up. There we go. Depress, wiggle off. Now let's move back over here to this side. That stuff out the way. Green clip up. Hey, I can actually depress that one with my finger. And those are out of the way. Okay. I think that looks like everything disconnected on this side. Okay. So, moving right along, we'll need to take these things off here to get the fuel rails. And we should be able to lift that fuel rail off. I still need to mark my wires here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Think I can keep track of that? We'll find out. 1, 3. Oh yeah, that's not 4. What a goober. How about 1, 2, 3, 4? How about 5? Man, I was just trying to think of how many plug wires I was taking off. 5. There we go. Don't have a silver marker. That probably would work a lot better. Okay, let's fish those out and over. Go around that wiper arm. Surely that's stout enough. Well, it looks like it's pretty much out of the way. I think that ought to work. Yeah. Nice to have a little compressed air. Help try to keep things out of the way. Okay, let's get that over there. Try to tuck him back over there. Hey, let's try to hook it on the back side of that bracket. Hey, that worked out pretty good. Let's see. I think that thing's supposed to come off there somehow, but we have to wait till the plenum's off to see how that comes off. So, guess is probably 10 again. That's an 11. Where's my 10? Definitely feels like a 10. Okay, so let's put that back up there. See if we can find some metric magic here. How about a 10? a ratchet. Whoa, really, really long extension. Somewhere. Stay over there. Move on to this one. Well, there's two nuts for the hardware. Probably two more back here. Man, every time I touch that thing, I got gas running down my hand. And I'm gonna say, should be probably another one right there. This car has pretty much had a garage life, if you haven't seen, or been able to tell. So, yeah, fasteners aren't horrible. Pretty simple. Wonder if we can, hey, they're wiggling out. Hey, hey, careful. Hey, oh, they're cool, look at that. Whole thing came out. Perfect. Dump a little more of my fuel out. And man, those things actually look kind of clean. Cool. Oh, there we are, dumping fuel out again. Set them over there on that cardboard. And use one of our pig mats here. We'll suck up the gassy nasty. And we'll just throw that on there, see how many more times we can get this thing to dump gas out. I mean, good grief, just get out already. I'll be stinking up my garage. Okay, that bracket. Most of the things that I've watched, definitely got to take this one off. Hopefully I can keep track of where all these nuts go. Hey, there is another connector right there. Get him out of the way. And I'm betting you that thing's got to come disconnected there too. Should be another bolt for that bracket. Looks like it's right there. Probably should have disconnected that thing. Screwdriver. There's that bolt. How about we do this? We'll put that one and that one up there. And, you know, I think I am going to take the needle nose. I think I'm going to pinch those out of there. I don't know if that's really the easiest way to do it, but I don't know. We'll give it a try. Okay, that one wasn't that hard. What about this guy? Not so easy. Maybe I should just unclip that one. Screwdriver. Oh, it's taped. So I would have still had to taken it out anyways. Okay. Now we're good there. That's not completely in the way. Okay. Yay, more of that stuff falling off. Trying to remember. Okay. There's that. Now this one should wiggle. And come off. Let's see. Let me flip you up there. You stay up there, out of the way. Hopefully. Okay, I think besides that vacuum thing back there, which I can see slightly better now, I'm still not exactly sure. Looks like a clip on this side and a clip on that side. And an O-ring, and that one's off. And it's got a little bit of oil on it. That's normal or not, but hopefully it is. Alright, now I believe we are ready for intake. Oh, those are way smaller. Oop. Standard's not gonna cut it, boys. I'm going to shoot for an 8, probably. Yes, definitely an 8. Not super tight. Working room for this is really not bad, I have to say. You're definitely leaning over it. If you're a little on the heavier side like me, I'm gonna bet you that's one too. It's kind of a little hidden there. If you're a little on the heavier side like I am, this is gonna definitely hurt your back after a while. Ooh, that's actually a 10 there. Got one hiding right here. You can't see it. On the other side of that harness, it's right there. Hidden. So be careful. Get to prying around on that and don't realize you got one hidden that you missed, and liable to break things, and that is no good. I am really starting to want to rethink this harness. Man, I really wish I could get this a little further out of the way. Hey, how about that? That works. Tuck him under there. I'm really tweaking on it, but like I said, this stuff's all crumbly anyway, so I don't think I'm really hurting any of the wires. Okay, we got another one back there. Like I said, these aren't bad. I'm really kind of impressed. They're not super tight, which I'm sure aluminum probably ain't torqued very much anyways. But don't want to count my blessings yet, but if they continue to stay that easy all the way down to the bottom, this will be Kind of nice. And then that looks like that's a 10. So let's switch out. And I'm hoping that means we're just about ready for the upper half. Short, long. There it is. Another short one. Short one, short one, short one. Make sure I don't feel anything there. Yep, she's loose. Just a matter of giving it a wiggle and lifting her off. Whoa. Yeah, she's a little dirty. Not gonna lie. Now, what do we got? Looks like those are two coolant passages there. And those have got some kind of a special O-ring. And that just feels like water. Oh, that was antifreeze back there. Wonder if that was my culprit. Wonder, ooh, look at that. Boy, howdy. Look at that little crustiness right in there. You won't see it on any of the other gaskets, except for that one right there. And that's right there on the back side of that block. And if that would run down, that would end up about where I think it's been leaking. And those are definitely a little squishy. Man, I wonder if we should just do the upper intake on this thing. Probably not. Probably still should do upper and lower, because it has been seeping between the rail gasket back there. Definitely a puddle of oil in here. Holy buckets.